their daylight time grooming each other, an amount that far exceeds the time required for hygiene and cleanliness. The time spent on this task is also unrelated to size. Smaller primates spend just as much time as larger ones. So if they aren't devoting all of this time to keeping clean, what exactly are they doing? The short answer is they're communicating. This silent chatter creates a feeling of community and security. The calming effect of social grooming has been evidenced in laboratory settings. Monkeys who've been satiated with morphine will groom less frequently. But if you block their naturally occurring feel-good chemicals, they will groom excessively. But what does this have to do with humans? As primates, we are hardwired to touch and be touched. Without touch, our physical and emotional health suffers. But even the most casual contact can increase our feelings of happiness and confidence. After delivery, mothers are immediately encouraged to hold their newborn babies against their skin. Numerous studies point to this practice as leading to more stable respiration and heart rates in infants, benefits that reach beyond biological parenthood. The nurse in this delivery room understood the importance of that early skin-to-skin contact. She immediately encouraged these two new dads to remove their shirts and hold their minutes-old son, born via a surrogate. But babies and children raised in environments where frequent and casual contact is difficult or impossible show increased levels of hormones related to stress and decreased levels of hormones related to social and emotional bonding. These hormonal changes have been shown to persist for up to 3 years, even after these children have been placed in family homes where one-on-one contact becomes the norm. Lack of early touch is not easily overridden by a change in environment. Premature babies spend their early days in incubators, where frequent contact is very difficult. But if lightly massaged during this incubation period, these babies report 21 to 47% greater weight gain than babies who haven't been touched. This is because when sensory receptors that cover every inch of our skin respond to friendly touch, we release a complicated mixture of chemicals, primarily oxytocin, a hormone that's sometimes referred to as the cuddling hormone. Oxytocin plays an important part in social interaction, and it also blocks the binding of the stress hormone cortisol. When we touch, our oxytocin levels rise, and this immediately makes us feel more trusting and connected. In a 2010 paper published in the Journal of Emotion, a team of researchers was able to predict which NBA teams would perform better that season by analyzing which teams touched each other more frequently. The more fist bumps, chest bumps, high fives, the better the team did that season. And the players that reached out and touched more frequently were amongst the top players. Similarly, in a 2005 experiment, students in a statistics class were twice as likely to volunteer their solution if the instructor had briefly touched them on the arm while they worked on the solution in class. So if all this touch is so great for us, why do we do so little of it? We may share up to 98% of our genes with certain primates, but we have one skill that they will never master: spoken language. Primates can be taught up to 300 words in American Sign Language, but they lack the anatomy to produce speech. For primates, touch is a type of language, a language that we've replaced with speech and text. And in the 21st century, we have an unbelievable number of ways to communicate with each other: the phone, email, texting, Twitter, Facebook, and yet we continue to lament our failure to communicate effectively. And these exchanges often leave us feeling emotionally disconnected. So have we lost the language of touch? No. Humans are actually very good at communicating through touch, even when they're trying to convey complicated ideas such as emotions. In a 2009 study, a series of subjects were asked to briefly touch the arm of a blindfolded participant and try to convey one of 8 distinct emotions. To the surprise of the researchers, they had an accuracy rate of up to 78%. So, while your plans to include more touch in your daily life may or may not include an app designed to connect you with a stranger who's up for a cuddle, there's no denying that touch plays an important part in remaining healthy, happy, and emotionally connected. So don't just talk to people. Touch their arm, pat them on the shoulder, squeeze their elbow. Hug your parents, your children, your friends, maybe even hug a stranger. because touch is a language that we all speak, and it's a language that we all understand.